Well, when I first got the phone call, it was disbelief. I couldn't see why I should be given this honor, because I thought there was a mistake until the nominating committee was mentioned to me and that people actually wanted me to have it. And I'm most grateful to these people because they drew attention to just what I was doing. It seemed to be something that I'd been doing sort of automatically. And I think once I realized this, I could not have refused it as I thought I would do. I would have hurt too many feelings. And that, how can I put it, like getting a pat on the back isn't enough. It was the more a kick in the pants that what I'm doing is right and just keep on doing it. I think it has given me the encouragement to keep on and just, do what I'm doing. I must be doing something right. And I enjoy it so much. But I'm grateful to having it acknowledged because maybe other people will perhaps start doing things around the place. Well, I think I hope I've expressed enough thanks to those that nominated me. And I also feel like I'm just copying you. My automatic answer would be my Maker. But God works through people. And there are two people I think I would like to mention. One is my father, who had a tremendous faith. He had some tough times in his early life, and yet he stuck so firmly to his church and to his faith. And I've found that an inspiration. And then, of course, I think I've got a lot of his genes because my mother had remarked at one point that my father and I should both join the fire department. It was the only thing we hadn't joined. And he gave his all, though, whether it was the church or the curling club, his business, of course. But if he got involved in something, he did. He was totally dedicated. It wasn't ever that sort of a might or a might not. He was totally dedicated, and that has stuck in my mind. And I really do think that my father has influenced me a great deal. And I'm fortunate I knew him before coming to Canada, because it did stick. The other person I have to mention, totally different, is George MacLeod. Dr. George MacLeod, Sir George MacLeod. He was Lord MacLeod, a peer of the realm, which sounds wonderful. And he was the last person to ever vaunt it. He was a man of the people, and my greatest admiration for him was to rebuild the abbey in Iona and knock down the screen, the stone screen. There will be no separation between the people and the ministers. We all were ministers. We all could work together and for the good of the church. And he started the Iona community in Glasgow in the 40s. And my girlfriend, my best friend, she's now my sister-in-law. And if she and I wouldn't miss going to the Iona community. We learned so much, and it enhanced our church knowledge. And I was just sorry by the time Iona was open after the war. I was in Canada, and I never did go to Iona, but I have a very soft spot for everything it stands for. So really, that charismatic figure of George MacLeod was, I could see it in Stuart East. But I think I've mentioned all the present people to their faces, I hope, and my thanks to them. But from the past, I think my father and George MacLeod, and all this has come about. It gives me the encouragement to keep right on, to keep on going. I think it was Sir Harry Lauder said, keep right on to the end of the road. And I'll keep right on to the end of the road, and I'll keep right on round the bend. I think all my folks in Scotland, if they see this, and I don't know who will see it, and I certainly do want to say hello to my son, to John and his family, out in BC.